Tonight, there's nowhere you need to go, and nothing you need to do. You can simply rest here and let yourself be still. This story is slow, unhurried, and completely without surprise. Nothing dramatic will happen. Nothing will ask for your attention or pull you from rest. There is only the gentle rhythm of an ordinary day, lived long ago, in a time when work moved at the pace of candlelight. You don't need to picture anything clearly. You don't need to follow every detail. The words are simply here, like a quiet companion, as you settle into sleep. Let your breathing slow. Let your body grow heavy, and know that this story will continue on, soft and steady, asking nothing of you. There is no rush, no urgency, only the calm unfolding of a day that has already passed, in a world that moved more slowly than ours. A world lit by candles. A world measured in the time it takes for wax to melt, to cool, to harden. You can let go now. Let the story carry you. Let it be a gentle current, moving you toward rest. I wake before the light comes. That is the way of things in my trade. The darkness is familiar. It doesn't trouble me. I've woken in darkness for so many years now that it feels like an old friend. I lie still for a moment, listening to the silence of the workshop below. The silence is not complete. There are small sounds, the settling of timbers, the soft whisper of wind through the shutters, a mouse, perhaps, moving along the wall. But these sounds are peaceful. They are part of the night, part of the quiet that comes before dawn. My wife breathes softly beside me. Her breath is steady, even, the breath of deep sleep. I'm careful not to wake her. She works as hard as I do, in her own way. The children are quiet in their corner. I can just make out their shapes in the darkness. Two small forms huddled together under their shared blanket. They're still young, too young for the full weight of work, but they help where they can, gathering kindling, running small errands, learning the rhythms of our life. The house is cold, but not unbearably so. It is autumn, and the chill has only just begun to settle into the stones. In a few weeks it will be colder, much colder, but for now, it's bearable. I rise slowly. There's no need to hurry. The day will unfold at its own pace. My hands find the edge of the rough blanket. The wool is coarse against my fingers. I fold it back carefully, so as not to wake anyone. The air touches my skin. Cool, fresh. It wakes me fully. The floor is cool beneath my feet. The boards are worn smooth from years of footsteps. I know every board, every creak. I know which ones will make noise if I'm not careful. I move without thinking, pulling on my tunic, my hose, my worn leather shoes. Everything is where it always is, hanging on the same peg, folded in the same corner. There is comfort in that, in the sameness, in the knowing. My tunic smells faintly of tallow and smoke. It always does. The smell is woven into the fabric now. No amount of washing will remove it completely. But I don't mind. It's the smell of my work, the smell of my life. The stairs are narrow. They lead down into the darkness of the workshop. I take them one at a time, my hand trailing along the wall. The wall is cool and slightly damp. I can feel the roughness of the plaster under my palm. At the bottom, I unlatch the door to the workshop. The latch is iron, cold to the touch. It clicks softly as I lift it. The door swings open on leather hinges. They creak slightly. I've been meaning to oil them, but I never remember. The air here smells of tallow and beeswax. It smells of smoke and old wool. It smells of linseed oil and iron. It smells like every morning I have known for 20 years. Since I was apprenticed to my master. Since I learned this trade. Since I took over this workshop and made it my own. I go to the shutters and open them just enough to let in the grey pre-dawn light. Not much comes through, but it's enough. Enough to see the shapes of things, the outlines, the familiar geography of my workspace. I can see the rows of candles, pale and smooth, hanging from the drying racks. Yesterday's work, still curing. I can see the great iron pots, the wooden molds, the coils of wick waiting on their hooks. I can see my work table, scarred and stained, the barrels of tallow and beeswax, the shelves with their tools and supplies. Everything is in its place, as it always is, as it always will be. I stand for a moment and simply look. This is my work. This is my life. And there is a deep, quiet satisfaction in it. Not excitement, not passion, just satisfaction. The kind that comes from doing something well, day after day, year after year. The first task is always the fire. Without fire, there is no work. The tallow will not melt. The beeswax will remain solid. The candles cannot be made. So I begin with fire. I kneel before the hearth in the corner of the workshop. My knees press against the cold stone floor. The hearth is large enough to hold 2 cooking pots and still have room for a kettle. The stones are blackened with years of use. Decades, perhaps. This hearth was here when I was apprenticed. It was old then. I clear away yesterday's ash with a small iron shovel. The ash is fine and grey. It drifts slightly as I move it. I set it aside in the ash bucket. The bucket is nearly full. I'll take it out to the garden later. Ash is good for the soil. My wife tells me this, and I believe her. She knows the garden better than I know my own hands. She coaxes vegetables from earth that seems too poor to grow anything. Onions, turnips, cabbage, beans in the summer. She has a way with growing things. I have a way with wax and fire. We each have our domain. I arrange the kindling carefully. This is important. If the kindling is poorly arranged, the fire will not take properly. It will smoke without catching, or it will catch and then die. Small sticks first, crossed over each other to let the air flow through. The air is what feeds the fire. Without air, even the driest wood will not burn. Then slightly larger pieces, laid gently on top. Not too many, not too few, just enough. I take a piece of char cloth from the tin by the hearth. The tin is small and dented. It's been with me for years. The char cloth inside is soft and black. It's made from old linen, burned slowly in a sealed container until it's scorched. It catches the spark easily, better than anything else I've tried. I strike the flint against the steel. Once, the spark misses the cloth. Twice, a small shower of sparks. One lands on the char cloth, and a tiny orange glow appears. It's so small, like a single point of light in the darkness. I lift it carefully, blow on it gently, and tuck it into the kindling. The fire takes slowly. A thin line of smoke curls upward. It rises toward the ceiling, spreading out in the still air. Then a small flame, just a flicker at first. Then another. The kindling begins to catch. I watch it grow, feeding it with patience, adding slightly larger sticks as it strengthens. There is no rush. The fire will build in its own time. Hurrying will only smother it. I add a few more sticks. The flames climb higher. Yellow and orange. They dance and flicker. The light spreads through the workshop. Shadows move on the walls. The cold begins to retreat. Not much, but a little. Enough to make the space feel alive. While the fire grows, I prepare the first batch of tallow. Tallow is the fat of sheep, of cattle, rendered down and purified. It is what most of my candles are made from. The common folk use tallow candles. The merchants use tallow candles. Even some of the minor gentry use tallow candles. The wealthy prefer beeswax, and I make those too. But tallow is the backbone of my trade. It's cheaper, more abundant, and when made well, a tallow candle gives good light. Not as clean as beeswax, not as sweet-smelling, but good enough for most purposes. I go to the large barrel in the corner. It's a heavy barrel, made of oak staves bound with iron hoops. The wood is dark with age and use. The tallow inside is solid, pale and waxy. In the summer, it's softer, sometimes almost liquid on the hottest days. But now, in autumn, it's firm. I take a long wooden paddle and begin to break off chunks. The paddle is smooth from years of use. My hands know its weight, its balance. Each piece of tallow is about the size of my fist. I place them into one of the iron pots, filling it halfway. The pot is heavy even before I add the tallow. It's made of thick iron, black and pitted from years of use. There are stains on the inside that will never come clean. Layers of old wax and tallow burned into the metal. I lift it carefully, using both hands, and carry it to the hearth. My back tenses with the weight. My arms strain slightly, but I'm used to it. I've carried this pot thousands of times. The fire has grown strong now. The flames are steady and hot. I hang the pot on the iron hook that swings over the flames. The hook is mounted on an iron arm that pivots. I can swing the pot over the fire or away from it, adjusting the heat. It settles with a soft clang. The sound echoes slightly in the quiet workshop. And now, I wait. The tallow will take time to melt. There is no way to hurry it. If the fire is too hot, the tallow will scorch. It will turn brown and smell bitter. The candles made from scorched tallow are inferior. They smoke more. They smell unpleasant. People complain. So I keep the fire moderate. And I wait. I turn my attention to the wicks. They hang in loose coils on wooden pegs along the wall. There must be 30 or 40 coils. Some are fresh. Some are older. I make my own wicks from cotton thread, twisted and treated with a solution of lime water and saltpeter. This helps them burn more steadily. It's a small thing, but it matters. A poorly made wick will smoke, or gutter, or drown in its own wax. The flame will be uneven. It will flicker and die. A good wick burns clean and true. The flame stays steady. The candle lasts longer. I learned this from my master. He was particular about wicks, more particular than most candle makers. He would spend hours perfecting the twist, the thickness, the treatment. And his candles were known throughout the town. People sought them out. They paid a little more for them, because they knew they were getting quality. I've tried to maintain that standard, to honor his teaching. I take down one of the coils and carry it to the work table. The table is scarred and stained from years of use. There are grooves worn into the wood where I've cut wicks 1,000 times. There are burn marks from hot wax that spilled. There are dark patches where tallow soaked into the grain. But the surface is smooth, well worn. I measure out lengths of wick, each one about as long as my forearm. I use a small notched stick to keep the measurements consistent. The stick has marks carved into it, different lengths for different types of candles. I line up the wick against the appropriate mark. Cut. The knife is sharp. It slices through the cotton cleanly. I set the cut piece aside. Measure the next one. Cut. Measure. Cut. The rhythm is soothing. My hands know what to do without my mind needing to guide them. I can let my thoughts drift. I think about the orders I need to fill, the deliveries I need to make, the supplies I need to purchase. But these thoughts are not urgent. They're just there, floating on the surface of my mind. I cut 30 wicks. Then I bundle them loosely and set them aside. They'll be enough for the first batch. The tallow is beginning to melt. I can hear it, a soft sizzling sound, as the edges turn liquid and pool at the bottom of the pot. I can see steam rising. Not much, just a thin wisp. I take the long wooden stirring paddle and give it a slow turn. The paddle is dark with years of use, stained almost black. The solid pieces of tallow shift and settle. A few slide beneath the surface of the melted fat. They bob for a moment, then sink. The smell rises with the heat. It's a rich, heavy smell. Animal. Earthy. Not unpleasant, though some find it so. My wife wrinkles her nose at it sometimes. The children don't seem to notice. To me, it's simply the smell of work. The smell of my livelihood. I stir again, gently, and leave it to continue melting. I walk to the front of the workshop. There's a small window here, set into the wall beside the door. The shutters are closed. I open them. Gray light spills in. The sky outside is the color of pewter. Clouds cover everything. It looks like it might rain later, or perhaps not. It's hard to say. The street outside is empty. Too early for most people. A cat slinks along the wall across the way. Thin, ragged, always hunting. I watch it for a moment, then close the shutters most of the way. Just a gap remains. Enough for light. Not so much that the wind will blow in. My wife comes down as the light begins to strengthen. I hear her footsteps on the stairs. Soft, careful. She moves quietly, as she always does. She appears in the doorway. Her hair is covered with a linen cap. Her dress is simple wool, brown and worn. She doesn't speak, and neither do I. There is no need. We've shared this morning routine for years. She knows I'm working. I know she's preparing the day. She goes to the small bread oven in the back corner and begins preparing the morning meal. The oven is built into the wall. Stone and clay. It shares the chimney with the main hearth. I hear the soft sounds of her work. The scrape of the fire poker as she tends the coals. The gentle thud of the bread on the wooden board. She's slicing yesterday's loaf. We bake twice a week. Large loaves that last several days. The bread is dense, heavy, made from rye and barley with a little wheat mixed in when we can afford it. It's filling. That's what matters. After a time, she brings me a cup of small beer and a piece of the bread. The cup is wooden, smooth and dark with use. The beer is thin and slightly sour, but it's safer than water. Everyone knows that. Water from the well can make you sick. Beer, even weak beer, is better. I take them with a nod of thanks. She nods back, then returns to her work. The beer is cool. It washes away the dryness in my mouth. The bread is dense and filling. I chew slowly, standing by the work table, watching the tallow melt. The fire crackles. The pot simmers. The morning unfolds. By the time I finish eating, the tallow is fully liquid. It gleams in the pot, golden and clear. The surface shimmers slightly with the heat. I take the stirring paddle and skim off the impurities that have risen to the surface. Small bits of meat, fragments of membrane, tiny specks of char. They float on top of the melted fat. I scrape them into a shallow dish and set it aside. Even these scraps have use. They can be fed to the pigs or added to soap. My wife makes soap sometimes. Hard brown bars that clean well enough. Nothing is wasted in our household. Everything has a purpose. I stir the tallow one more time, checking the consistency. It's smooth and even. No lumps. No dark spots. Ready. The color is good too. Pale gold. Almost white in some lights. This is from sheep, mostly. Mutton fat. Beef tallow is darker, a little harder when it cools, but both work well enough. Now comes the work of dipping. This is the heart of candle making. This is where time moves differently, where hours pass like water, where the mind can rest while the hands work. I take a long wooden rod, about as thick as my thumb and as long as my arm. The rod is smooth, worn from handling. There are notches carved along its length. 12 notches, evenly spaced. I've tied 12 wicks to this rod, each one at a notch, hanging down like strange pale roots. The wicks dangle. They sway slightly when I move. I carry the rod to the hearth. The heat is stronger here. I can feel it on my face, on my arms. I hold the rod over the pot of melted tallow, and I lower the wicks, slowly, until they're submerged. The tallow closes over them. They disappear into the golden liquid. I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Not too long. If I leave them too long, the wax will be too thick. It will drip off. It won't build up properly. Then I lift them out. Slowly, steadily. The tallow clings to the wicks, coating them in a thin layer. It drips back into the pot. A steady rhythm of drops. I carry the rod to the drying rack and hang it on one of the waiting hooks. The rack is made of wood. Simple construction. Just a frame with hooks. But it's sturdy. It holds 20 rods easily. The candles, though they're barely candles yet, hang down in a neat row. 12 thin threads of wax-coated wick. Almost nothing, but it's a start. I watch for a moment as the tallow cools and hardens. It happens quickly in the cool air of the workshop. The surface dulls, turns opaque, becomes solid. You can almost see it happening. The transformation from liquid to solid, from formless to formed. It's subtle, but satisfying. I return to the pot. I pick up the next rod, with its 12 wicks, and dip again. Submerge. Count to 3. Lift. Hang. Return. Dip. Count. Lift. Hang. I have 20 rods in total. 240 wicks. Each one must be dipped, allowed to cool, and dipped again. And again. And again. The candles grow slowly, layer by layer, building up thickness with each pass through the tallow. It takes many dippings to make a candle of useful size. 15, 20, sometimes more. It depends on how thick the candles need to be. There is no way to rush this. The wax must cool between dippings, or it will simply slide off the wick instead of building up. So I move in a steady circuit. Dip a rod. Hang it to cool. Pick up the next rod. Dip. Hang. Next. Dip. Hang. By the time I return to the first rod, it has cooled enough for another layer. The timing works out perfectly. 20 rods. By the time I dip the 20th, the first is ready again. Around and around. A circle that never ends. The morning passes this way. The light through the shutters grows stronger, then softer again as clouds move across the sky. I hear rain begin, a soft pattering on the roof, on the shutters. It's a gentle rain, steady, not a storm, just autumn rain, the kind that will last all day. My arms develop a rhythm. Lift, lower, wait, raise, walk, hang, return. Over and over. My mind grows quiet. Thoughts come and go, but they don't stick. They drift like smoke. There is only the work, the smell of hot tallow, the heat of the fire on my face, the weight of the rod in my hands, the slight ache in my shoulders, the soft drip of excess wax falling back into the pot. Plink, plink, plink. I check the fire periodically. Add wood when needed. Not too much. just enough to keep the heat steady. The tallow must stay liquid, but not too hot. It's a balance, one I've learned over years. I can tell by the smell if it's getting too hot. The tallow begins to smell sharper, almost bitter. If I smell that, I know to pull the pot back from the flames. But today the fire is good. The temperature is right. Everything is as it should be. My wife comes and goes. She brings me more beer at midday. She takes the ash bucket to the garden. I hear the back door open and close. The rain is still falling. I hear her quick footsteps outside. Then she returns. Her feet are wet. She leaves small marks on the floor. They'll dry soon enough. She goes back upstairs without speaking. The children are up there. I hear their voices faintly. Small sounds. Laughter. A question asked. An answer given. They're playing some game. Or perhaps helping with chores. It's hard to say, but they sound happy. Content. That's enough. The candles grow thicker with each round. By early afternoon, they're beginning to take proper shape. Still thin, but recognizably candles now. The wicks are hidden inside layers of tallow. The candles are smooth, pale, uniform. The tallow coats them evenly. No drips, no bulges, just smooth cylinders of wax. I check each one as I lift it from the pot, looking for imperfections, drips, irregularities, thin spots. Most are perfect. The work is going well. A few have small bumps where the wax pooled unevenly. Perhaps I held the rod at a slight angle, or counted to 4 instead of 3. Small mistakes, easy to make. I'll trim those away later. It's not a problem. The fire needs tending. I set down the rod I'm holding and add more wood to the hearth. The flames have died down to coals. They glow red and orange, beautiful in their way. I lay 2 thick logs across them, positioning them carefully so the heat will spread evenly. The logs are oak, dense and heavy. They'll burn for a long time. The wood catches quickly. Smoke curls up from the logs. Then small flames appear. They lick along the bark, finding purchase. Growing. New flames curl upward, yellow and bright. The pot of tallow sits steady above them, maintaining its heat. I stir the liquid once more. It's thicker now than it was this morning. I've dipped out quite a lot. The level in the pot has dropped noticeably, but there's still enough for many more rounds. I'll need to add more tallow soon, perhaps in another hour. I return to the circuit. Dip, count, lift, hang, walk, dip, count, lift, hang. The repetition is like a kind of prayer, a meditation. It empties the mind of clutter, of worry, of unnecessary thought. It fills the hours with something simple, something pure, just the work, just the rhythm, just the quiet focus. I don't think about the passage of time. I simply move through it, one dip at a time, one candle at a time, building slowly, patiently, without haste. The afternoon continues. The rain falls steadily outside. I hear it on the roof, a constant patter, soothing, like a lullaby. The workshop is dim despite the open shutters. The grey light from outside is weak, but the fire gives off enough light to work by. Orange and flickering. It casts dancing shadows on the walls, on the hanging candles, on my hands as I work. Everything seems softer in this light, gentler. The sharp edges of the world are smoothed away. By late afternoon, the candles have reached a good thickness. Each one is about as wide as 2 of my fingers held together. They hang heavy on their rods, solid and smooth. The weight is satisfying, substantial. These are real candles now, not just wicks with a coating, but proper candles that will burn for hours. I lift one rod and examine the candles carefully. I hold it up to the firelight. They're even, well-formed. The surfaces are smooth. No defects. No thin spots. Ready to be set aside for final drying. I carry the rod to a different rack, one in the cooler part of the workshop, away from the fire, and hang it there. These candles need to cure, to harden completely. They're solid now, but they'll harden more over the next few hours. Become stronger, less likely to bend or warp. Then I return for the next rod. One by one, I move all 20 rods to the drying rack. 240 candles. A good day's work. The kind of work that makes a man feel useful, productive. I stand back and look at them. Rows and rows of pale candles, hanging like strange fruit. It's a satisfying sight. The product of hours of labor, of patience, of skill. But the work isn't finished. There's still more to do. I need to make beeswax candles. These are different, more delicate, more expensive. I make fewer of them, but they're important to my trade. The wealthier families prefer beeswax. The church uses beeswax. Anyone who can afford them chooses beeswax over tallow. The reason is simple. Beeswax burns cleaner than tallow. Much cleaner. There's almost no smoke. The flame is brighter, steadier, and the smell is sweeter. Like honey and flowers. Like summer fields and sunshine. Instead of the heavy animal smell of tallow, beeswax gives off a light, pleasant fragrance. It's subtle, but noticeable. People are willing to pay more for that. Much more. A beeswax candle can cost 3 or 4 times what a tallow candle costs. Sometimes more. So I'm careful with beeswax. I don't waste a drop. I keep the beeswax in a smaller barrel, separate from the tallow. The barrel is newer than the tallow barrel. The wood is lighter. The hoops are brighter. I go to it now and open the lid. Inside, the beeswax sits in blocks. They're wrapped in linen cloth to keep them clean. I unwrap several blocks. They're golden and slightly sticky. Beautiful, really. The color varies depending on the flowers the bees visited. Some blocks are pale yellow, almost white. Others are deep amber, rich and dark. The darker wax comes from bees that fed on heather and buckwheat. The lighter wax from clover and wildflowers. Both are good. Both make fine candles. But I prefer the lighter wax. It has a cleaner look. I take out several blocks of the pale wax. I place them in a smaller pot, one I use only for beeswax. This pot is cleaner than the tallow pot. Brighter. I would never mix the two. Tallow and beeswax don't belong together. The tallow would contaminate the beeswax, ruin its purity. So I keep separate pots, separate tools. Everything that touches beeswax stays separate. I hang the pot over the fire. The flames have died down again. Just coals now. But that's fine. Beeswax doesn't need as much heat as tallow. In fact, too much heat can damage it, make it dark, change its properties. So I keep the fire low. The beeswax melts more quickly than tallow. It becomes liquid and glossy, like honey warmed in the sun. The color deepens slightly as it melts. Becomes translucent. I can see through it if I hold a piece up to the light. The smell fills the workshop. Sweet, rich, warm. It's the smell of summer fields and wildflowers. It's the smell of bees working among the flowers, of sunshine on petals, of long warm days. It's the smell of wealth and light, of something precious. I breathe it in and feel a small measure of pride in my work. This is the finest part of my trade, making candles from this beautiful substance. I prepare new wicks for the beeswax candles. These are thinner than the ones I use for tallow. Beeswax burns differently, and the wick must match. A thick wick in beeswax will smoke. The flame will be too large, unsteady. A thin wick burns cleanly. The flame stays small and bright. Perfect. I cut 10 wicks and tie them to a smaller rod. This rod is lighter than the others. Smoother. I use it only for beeswax. Then I begin the dipping process again. The movements are the same. Lower, count, lift, hang. But the wax behaves differently. It clings more easily to the wick. It's stickier than tallow. Tackier. It builds up faster. The candles take shape more quickly than the tallow ones. After only 10 or 12 dippings, they're already thick enough. The color is beautiful. Pale gold. Luminous. They seem to glow even unlit, as if they're storing the firelight, holding it inside. I make 3 rods of beeswax candles. 30 candles in total. Each one perfect. Each one valuable. They hang on the drying rack like small golden treasures. Even unlit, they seem to glow, to radiate something. Not light exactly, but potential. The promise of light. I stand back and look at them. This is the part of my work I love most. Not the dipping, though there's satisfaction in that. But this, the moment when the work is finished and I can see what I've made. Rows of candles. Tallow and beeswax. Each one useful. Each one needed. Light for the dark months ahead. For winter evenings. For early mornings. For churches and homes and workshops. For reading. For working. For simply pushing back the darkness. The fire has burned low again. I don't add more wood. The work of melting is done for the day. I let the flames die down to embers. They glow softly, red and orange, pulsing slightly as air moves across them. The workshop grows cooler. The heat retreats. The light through the shutters is fading now. The afternoon has slipped into early evening. The rain has stopped. When did that happen? I didn't notice, but the pattering on the roof is gone. There's only silence now, the quiet that comes after rain, when everything is washed and clean. I pour the remaining tallow from the pot back into the barrel. It's still liquid, but cooling fast. I can see it thickening as I pour, the surface beginning to dull. I scrape the sides of the pot with a wooden spatula, making sure to get every last bit. Nothing is wasted. Every drop is precious. Every drop costs money. The pot is heavy as I lift it from the hook. My arms strain. My back complains. But I manage. I carry it to the washing area. A stone basin in the corner with a bucket of water beside it. The basin is worn smooth from use. Gray stone. Cold to the touch. I'll clean the pot properly tomorrow. For now, I simply set it aside. Let it cool completely. Then I'll scrub it. The same with the beeswax pot. It sits beside the hearth, empty now except for a thin coating of wax on the sides. Tomorrow I'll heat water and clean both pots thoroughly. Make them ready for the next batch. I turn my attention to the finished candles. They've been drying long enough. The tallow is hard now, cool to the touch, solid. I take down one of the rods and carry it to the work table. The candles hang heavy. They sway gently as I walk. I set the rod across 2 pegs on the table. Then I take my knife. It's a good knife, sharp and well balanced. I've had it for years. I keep it sharp with a whetstone. A dull knife is dangerous. It slips, cuts where you don't intend. A sharp knife is safe. It does what you want. With the knife, I cut the wicks at the top, separating each candle from the rod. 1 by 1, 12 cuts. Then I trim the bottom wick, leaving just enough for lighting. Too long and it will smoke when first lit. Too short and it's hard to light at all. I've learned the right length over years of practice. About the length of my thumbnail. Each candle gets inspected. I hold it up to the fading light. Turn it slowly. Look for defects. Drips. Bumps. Thin spots. Cracks. Most are perfect. A few have minor imperfections. I scrape away any drips or bumps with the edge of the knife. The blade catches the hardened tallow, peels it away in thin curls. I smooth any rough spots with my thumb. Press gently. Even out the surface. When I'm satisfied, when the candle is as perfect as I can make it, I set it in a wooden crate lined with straw. The straw cushions the candles, keeps them from rubbing against each other, prevents damage. I work through all 20 rods this way. Cut, trim, inspect, smooth, pack. The movements are automatic. I've done this so many times. Thousands of candles over the years. Tens of thousands perhaps. My mind drifts as I work. I think about the orders I need to fill. The Chandler 2 Streets over has asked for 50 tallow candles by week's end. His name is Robert. He's been buying from me for years. Always pays on time. Never complains. A good customer. I have his 50 candles now. I'll deliver them tomorrow. Or perhaps the day after. The priest at St. Mary's Church needs a dozen beeswax candles for the altar. Father Benedict. An old man now. Kind. Gentle. He always blesses me when I deliver the candles. I'll take those tomorrow as well. There's a wedding in a fortnight. The bride's family has ordered 30 beeswax candles. A large order. Expensive. They must be wealthy. Or perhaps they're spending beyond their means. People do that for weddings. Spend money they don't have. To make an impression. To show their status. It's not my concern. I'm just glad for the order. I'll need to make another batch of beeswax candles later this week. Start on Friday perhaps. That will give me time to finish them. To make them perfect. Weddings require perfection. People notice candles at weddings. They remember. If the candles are good, they'll order more for other occasions. If they're poor, they'll never order from me again. So I'll be careful. Extra careful. The last candle is packed away. I cover the crates with squares of old linen to keep the dust off. The linen is clean but worn, soft from many washings. Then I stack the crates carefully against the wall. The tallow candles in larger crates. 3 of them. The beeswax candles in a separate crate. Smaller, more carefully padded with extra straw. These must not be damaged. A broken beeswax candle is a loss. A significant loss. I can't afford that. I sweep the floor of the workshop. Small chips of wax. Bits of wick. A fine layer of ash from the fire. Dust. I sweep it all into a pile and then into the ash bucket. The broom is old. The bristles are worn. But it still works well enough. The floor is clean. Well, cleaner. It's never truly clean. The wax gets into the cracks between the boards. The ash settles in corners I can't reach. But it's tidy. That's what matters. The tools are put away. The rods are back on their hooks. The wicks are coiled and hanging. The pots are cooling. Everything is ready for tomorrow. Ready to begin again. My wife calls from the stairs. Her voice is soft, gentle. The evening meal is ready. I wash my hands in the basin. The water is cold, very cold, but it feels good. It wakes me from the trance of work, brings me back to myself. I scrub my hands thoroughly, under the nails, between the fingers. The water turns gray with ash and wax. I dry my hands on a scrap of cloth hanging beside the basin. Then I climb the stairs. My legs are stiff. My back aches. But it's a good ache. The ache of honest work. The upper room is warm, warmer than the workshop. A small fire burns in the hearth here. The children are sitting at the table, their faces scrubbed clean, their hands folded, waiting. They know the routine. My wife has laid out bowls of pottage. The pottage is thick. I can see barley, turnips, perhaps some onion. There's bread, dark and dense. There's cheese, yellow and crumbly. There's more of the small beer. I sit in my place at the head of the table. The chair creaks under my weight. It's an old chair. The wood is smooth and dark. We bow our heads. I speak a quiet prayer of thanks. The words are familiar. I've said them every night for as long as I can remember. Thanking God for the work, for the food, for the family, for the day, for life itself. The children say Amen. Soft voices. Then we eat. We eat slowly. No one speaks much. There's no need. The children are tired from their own day of small labors. Gathering wood, fetching water, helping their mother, playing, learning, growing. My wife moves between the table and the hearth, tending to the fire, refilling bowls as they're emptied. She eats standing up. I've asked her to sit many times, but she prefers to serve, to keep moving. She says she'll eat when we're done, but I know she eats while she works. A bite here, a bite there. I eat without tasting much. My body is tired. My mind is quiet. The pottage is warm, filling. That's enough. The bread is dense. It requires chewing, but it's good bread. My wife is a good baker. The cheese is sharp, a little dry, but good. Everything is good. Not because it's special, but because it's here. Because we have it. Because we're together. After the meal, I sit by the fire for a while. The chair by the hearth is my place. I've sat here every evening for years. The fire is warm on my face, on my hands. The flames dance and flicker, never quite the same from one moment to the next. Always moving, always changing, but always fire. My wife clears the table. I hear the soft clink of wooden bowls, the scrape of the bench as the children get up. She washes the bowls in a bucket of water, then sets them to dry. The children play a quiet game in the corner. They have wooden blocks, simple toys, but they love them. They build towers, knock them down, build again. Their voices are soft, gentle, content. I watch the flames. I think about the candles drying in the workshop below. All that work, all those hours, all those small flames waiting to be born. It's a strange thought, one I've had many times. A candle is nothing, just wax and wick. Simple materials, common, but it holds something precious. Light, warmth, a pushing back of darkness. A small victory over the night. That's what I make. Not just candles, but light itself, or at least the means to light. It's good work, honest work, necessary work. My wife sits beside me. Finally, she takes up her mending. There's always mending to be done. A torn tunic, a hole in a stocking, a loose button. She keeps a basket of mending by the hearth. It's never empty. Her needle moves in and out of the fabric, steady and sure. She doesn't look at her hands. She doesn't need to. She's done this so many times. Her fingers know the way. We don't speak. There's no need. We've been married for 15 years. We know each other's silences. We're comfortable with them. Silence doesn't mean distance. It means peace, understanding. The fire crackles softly. A log shifts, settles, sends up a small shower of sparks. One of the children laughs. The sound is gentle, like water over stones, like birdsong, pure. innocent. I smile. Not a big smile. Just a small one. Barely there. But real. The light fades from the window. Evening becomes night. The darkness outside is complete. No moon tonight. Or if there is, it's hidden by clouds. The only light is from our fire. And from the fires of our neighbors. I can see a faint glow through the shutters. Other hearths. Other families. Other lives unfolding in the darkness. All of us together. Separate but connected. Living our small lives. Making our small lights. Pushing back the dark. I stand and stretch. My back is stiff from bending over the hearth all day. My shoulders ache from lifting the rods. My hands are sore, but it's a good ache. The ache of work well done. I'm ready for sleep. My body is tired. My mind is quiet. There's nothing more to do. No worries. No plans that can't wait. Just the gentle pull of rest. My wife gathers the children. She leads them to their corner. They go willingly. No complaints. No delays. They're tired too. She helps them into their nightclothes. Simple shifts. Worn soft from washing. She tucks them under their shared blanket. The blanket is wool, patched in places, but warm. She murmurs something soft to them. I can't hear the words, but the tone is loving, gentle. A prayer, perhaps, or simply words of comfort. Sleep well. Dream sweet. Tomorrow will come. The children settle. Their breathing slows. They're asleep almost immediately, the way children do. One moment awake, the next moment gone. I bank the fire. This is important. If I let it die completely, starting it again in the morning will be difficult. But if I leave it burning too high, it will waste wood. And there's always the risk of fire. So I push the coals together, gather them in the center of the hearth, cover them with ash. The ash insulates the coals, keeps them hot, but prevents them from flaming. In the morning, I'll clear away the ash, add kindling, blow gently, and the fire will return. The room grows darker. Just the faint glow of the banked fire remains. Red and orange, pulsing gently, like a sleeping heart. I remove my shoes, set them beside the bed. My tunic, fold it, lay it on the chest. I lie down on the bed beside my wife. The mattress is stuffed with straw. It rustles as I settle my weight. The sound is familiar, comforting. The blanket is rough wool, but warm. I pull it up over my shoulders. My wife's breathing slows beside me. She's falling asleep. Or perhaps she's already asleep. She can fall asleep so quickly, as soon as her head touches the pillow. I've always envied that. I take longer. But tonight I'm tired enough that sleep will come easily. The children are already asleep. I can hear their soft exhales from across the room. Gentle, even, the sound of peaceful sleep. I close my eyes. The darkness behind my eyelids is complete. Soft, welcoming. I let my body relax. One part at a time. My feet, my legs, my back, my shoulders, my arms, my hands. All the tension of the day drains away, flows out of me, leaves me empty, peaceful. I think of tomorrow. It will be much like today. I'll wake before light. I'll light the fire. I'll melt the tallow. I'll dip the wicks. Around and around. Layer by layer. The same rhythm. The same movements. The same quiet satisfaction. It's good work. Simple work. The kind of work that fills a life without asking for anything in return. The kind of work that lets a man sleep soundly, knowing he's done what needed to be done. Outside, the wind picks up. I hear it moving through the narrow street, whistling softly, finding gaps in the shutters. corners and cracks. I hear the creak of a shop sign swinging. Metal on metal. A soft groan. Somewhere, a dog barks once, then falls silent. The town is settling into sleep. All the fires banked. All the shops closed. All the work done. And so am I. My breathing slows. Deep. Even. My body grows heavy. Sinking into the mattress. Becoming part of it. The day releases me. And I let it go. There's nothing more to do now. Nothing more to think about. Just the darkness. Just the warmth. Just the gentle pull of sleep. The soft falling away. Tomorrow will come. The fire will be lit again. The tallow will melt again. The candles will be made again. And that's as it should be. The rhythm of life. The cycle of work. Beginning. Middle. End. And then beginning again. Always beginning again. For now, there is only rest. Only the quiet. Only the steady rhythm of breathing. In. Out. In. Out. Slower now. Deeper. My thoughts drift. Fragment. Become dreams without images. Sensations without form. The warmth of the blanket. The softness of the straw. The presence of my wife beside me. The sound of my children sleeping. All of it blending together. Becoming one thing. Peace. The workshop below is dark. The candles hang in their rows. Waiting. Silent. Still. They'll be there in the morning. Ready to be packed. Delivered. Sold. Used. Lit. But not now. Now they simply wait. As I wait. As we all wait. In the darkness. In the quiet. In the hours before dawn. My breathing is very slow now. Each breath seems to last forever. In. A pause. Out. A pause. In. Out. The rhythm of sleep. Of rest. Of letting go. My body is completely relaxed. Heavy. At peace. My mind is quiet. Empty. No thoughts. No worries. No plans. Just stillness. Just silence. Just the gentle darkness. Sleep comes. Not all at once. But gradually. Like wax cooling. Like fire dying. Like day becoming night. It comes softly. Gently. Without announcement. One moment I'm here. The next moment I'm drifting. And then I'm gone. Into sleep. Into dreams. Into the dark warm space where consciousness ends and rest begins. And the night continues. The wind outside. The creaking house. The distant sounds of the town. All of it goes on without me. I'm asleep now. Deep asleep. The kind of sleep that comes after honest work. After a day well spent. After hours of repetitive, meditative labor. The best kind of sleep. Dreamless. Deep. Restorative. The candles wait in the dark. The fire sleeps under its ash. The tools rest on their hooks. The workshop is silent. Still. Waiting for morning. For the cycle to begin again. For the work to continue. As it always does. As it always will. But that is tomorrow. And tomorrow is far away. Very far away. For now, there is only night. Only sleep. Only rest. The soft, warm, gentle darkness. The peace that comes at the end of a day. The quietest part of all. Sleep. Just sleep. Deep and dark and warm. Without dreams. Without thought. Without anything at all. Just the soft, gentle, endless, falling away. Into rest. Into peace. Into sleep. And so the day ends. As all days end. Quietly. Gently. With the simple act of closing one's eyes. Of letting go. Of surrendering to sleep. There's nothing more. Nothing more to tell. Nothing more to think about. Just this. This quiet moment. This darkness. This rest. The story could continue. Tomorrow will come. There will be more work, more candles, more days just like this one. But for now, there is only sleep. Only the gentle rhythm of breathing. Only the soft darkness. Rest now. There's nothing more you need to do. Nothing more you need to think about. The story will be here if you need it. But you don't need it now. You can simply let go. Let yourself drift. Let sleep come. Soft as candlelight. Gentle as wax cooling in the air. Quiet as a workshop in the dark. It comes. And you can welcome it. Rest. Just rest. There's nothing more. Nothing more at all. Sleep.